I have to ask you this. In your ads, you say the only Republican in the race. This has been a nonpartisan race for years. That people made it a nonpartisan race. They didn't put it on a party ballot. Why do you choose to make it partisan?
Because, well, I don't think I'm making the position partisan, but I am saying that those are my values, and that's what I stand behind. I am a conservative Republican that stands for local values and local control. And I believe that there are many, many issues in public education today that are going to be impacted by where you stand. And the Common Core, the National Common Core standards are certainly some of those. We have a different demography of workforce needs in North Dakota. I understand the importance of science, technology, engineering, math, the STEM. Those are all very good, but I also understand and have personal experience with the need for the career in tech, and we cannot forget those. And I have that value of taking that local control and being able to emphasize that. I'm also very fiscally conservative, and I believe that we can be more fiscally responsible when you have that local control. So that is why I'm not making the position partisan, and I think you can understand this as being a legislator yourself. You bring all sorts of experiences into the position as you make decisions, and I do that. I am a member of NDEA. I'm a member of NDCEL, which is the administrators, and I'm a member of the North Dakota School Boards Association. But as I make a decision, it's not one party and it's not one organization or association that I belong to. I bring it into perspective and I bring a comprehensive view and then make a decision. You
say that it'd be less regulatory. So let me ask you some questions that I've got to ask, because sometimes you have to be regulatory with the job. Mm-hmm. You do. For example, do you believe that teachers, when they're in a supervisory position of students, should ever be Facebooking, should ever be on a computer Facebooking with other people at the same time that they're actually being paid to work?
No. In both school districts that I have personal experience with, we block the Facebook in all of our school districts.
Okay. Do you believe teachers should ever take a sick day and actually turn it into a vacation day?
No. I mean, that's professional integrity.
Okay. And you would regulate both of those if that happened? Well,
I would believe that it's not the department's job to regulate, but as school districts, they create policies.
And that's something that you as an educator never would or have done, right?
To take a sick day.
No, to take a sick day and turn it into a vacation day, or to Facebook during school time.
I don't.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've been hit with that by many people, and so I just wanted to make sure and get that out there. The other thing that seems to come up constantly is that we believe that we have a public education system that has people ready for college. And yet we have a really high dropout rate after the first year of college in North Dakota. We never acknowledge that. We say things like, we have the highest percentage of kids going on to higher education. How do we fix that?
And that's one of my main 4 pillars that I really do want to address within that first year, is to open up the conversation again. There was a P through 16 task force. That needs to be reopened. There's a new leader at higher ed, and there'll be a new leader at the department. We need to bring together industry, higher ed, manufacturing, and K-12 people and begin to establish a continuum that addresses their success so we can prepare them. And I mean, whether it be college, yes, but are we sending too many kids onto the university track that would be happier and that our state would be better served by a career and technical education track? Or we have a viable workforce. Let's make sure we're preparing them for life.
A couple of emails come in and said, one says, Max Laird has said pretty much everything you have said already. Why are you different, and why are you advertising running as a Republican in a no-party race? I knew that question was going to come up.
Max and I see things on the same level on many things, but I believe what makes me different is education has changed dramatically in the last 5 years even. And I am currently in the trenches. I have just come from there, and I have the comprehensive perspective at all vantage points. And again, I could say that you understand that until you're in that administrative role or until you're in that policymaking role, you don't understand it. So I believe my experience and my comprehensive perspective sets me apart. I also believe that I'm in the prime of my career. I have just finished.
So you call him Max old?
No, not at all.
Is that what you're doing? You already called him a Democrat,
no.
So I mean, you calling him old now? Or
no,
what?
I'm just saying that I am in the prime of my career and really and so anxious and eager to do this job that needs to be done because it's such an important job. I've just finished the other important job of launching my 3 boys into adulthood. I have the time, the energy, the enthusiasm, and the drive to make the changes and do the work that needs to be done.
Email comes in and says, please correct Ms. Baesler. Bill Clinton was not Arkansas governor while George W. Bush was Texas governor. Clinton was elected president in 92. Bush was elected Texas governor in 1994. So trust me, I think your point really was about governors and their support of No Child Left Behind.
And they all participated in the Goals 2000 idea through the National Governors Association. They all had a participation.
That was a process that had been going on for a number of years.
Exactly. Really, and so they all participated in it, and that was the predecessor, or that was the impetus for the idea of No Child Left Behind.
You've been the top fundraiser in this race. Does that resonate when looking at that list? You know, you see the Doug Burgums of the world, which are big Republican donators. Is that part of the whole, I'm going to announce and get out there as a Republican because it helps with the financial base?
Well, as I'm encouraged, and I'm so grateful for the financial support, but what that says more to me is that people are as concerned about education as I am. And was that part of it? Again, the part is I have been a Republican. I value what the Republicans value, and I just wanted to state that clearly and up front.
Okay. Anything else you want to get out there to the people that you're looking for their vote a week from, well, this coming Tuesday. It's a non-party ballot, but the top 2 go on to the fall, right? Am I understand that?
Yes.
And is there 3 or 4 people in this race?
3.
So you have Tracy Potter, you have Max Laird, and yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Interesting race. It's going to be kind of fun to watch. Let's get. Well, I knew it was going to come back to recall. So, Kirsten, good to meet you finally, and thank you for coming on News and Views.